We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Washington football team. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line. That's what I'm talking about.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
From UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
At the 13-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley.
A 30-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Jordan Reed was the intended target, and now it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again. Haskins. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And his throw is incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
56, Mike.
Now it's Haskins. A screen to Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up second down.
The 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Herbert. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
And it's 3rd down.
Play action. It's Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allowed a conversion.
Los Angeles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's long. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. So they're challenging the spot. If you're a coach, you hesitate to throw the flag anytime it's a spot discernment.
You certainly do, because you feel like that's not one you're likely to win, and you may need that challenge flag for later in the game.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Waiting for it back deep, Antonio Callaway. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Bell. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw here, Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over.
The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
To Le'Veon Bell.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Haskins. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
56, the mark, boy, 56, check 56.
From the gun, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season,
but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And 4 at the 36-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
To Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Oh, none of that. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
1st down and goal to go.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and goal, Dre. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And Washington has taken the lead. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes this Washington 17. Chargers 10.
McCann's got it teed up. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. The clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Herbert off of play action. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete on the throw.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trailed as we get back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. On first down, Justin Herbert gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
To Aaron Jones.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
3rd and 2, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Runs through the contact. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Bell. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a draw play with Drake. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's James returning. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's letting it fly for Cooks. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Kenneth Murray, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check 31, check 31.
Here's Bell. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Focusing on me, we're from Tel Aviv. Barbados, bring a hustle, practice Tel Aviv. This nigga destination's all I wanna see. Ocean from residences, 3 different ones a week. 'Cause I deserve that. It's time to
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's Haskins to throw. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to
another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 56 Mike.
Now it's Herbert. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Reuben Foster picks it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
intercepted.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
They'll go again with Bell. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Haskins to throw it. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a gain of 24 on the play. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple.
39-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Washington on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited till the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Kenyon Drake with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. McCann's got it teed up. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that'll be incomplete. Herbert took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Washington on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. James now to return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him to 1st. They gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go with Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time.